in our story, if we're going to choose to share it, and then how do we utilize that story to attract our ideal clients and who we really want to be our customers, right? And we're going to learn that you should walk away and have just a greater understanding of all of those things when we talk about this. But the most important thing, though, is the authenticity piece, and that's what we're going to talk about. Now, I want you to look at how I have done this presentation, because I am a branding consultant. And so I'm a storyteller, right? And I'm that gal who can help you with your branding and help you to craft these stories in such a way that it's compelling. But I want you to see that I'm just not telling you about how to use your branding properly. I'm showing you visually. And I'm going to show you visually in these slides as I'm going through this presentation. I want you to not just look at the words that are on the slide, but I want you to look at the choice of visual that I used in the slide, because it's another powerful way that you can silently attract people to who you are, your message, and have people feel authentically who you are. What you're gonna see today is that Monique has a whole lot of facets. I can switch up on you in a minute, but that's a part of what makes me unique. That's what makes me Monique Bo, is because I can do that, right? I'm multifaceted. And so it's like one individual, multiple doors to get to. But you're gonna see that visually. So just understand that my presentation is very intentional as you look at the photos that I've selected for each one. So we can start with, when we talk about authenticity, you're looking at this photo, there is no head on it, right? But where is my hand placed? Heart. Which connects to us being people, who we are, right? Exactly. So intentionality, okay? In showing you that obviously I must be a heart girl. What does my necklace say? Those who can see me close. Love, right? That's intentional, because that's who I am. That's a part of my personal brand, okay? Let's see if it's going to act right a second ago. So I'm Monique Stubbs. I am your personal brand disruptor. I connect people, I shape visions, and I tell stories that impact. That's me in a nutshell. But from this slide and my choice of picture, you also see I love what? Fashion, glamour. I'm all about that life. I love making a statement, right? But you're learning about me without me saying anything about it, right? There is power in disruption. Authenticity is a disruptive force in your personal branding. There can be 800 people that sell meat in a meat market, but it's the story behind the meat maker. It's his personal story. What got you in the business of selling meat? Right? It's the story behind the brand. Well, I grew up on the farm, and my daddy used to raise cows. And I used to, as a little kid, be out there behind my dad, and I would watch him, and he'd make sure they're eating the right grain, they're grazing in the right field, so that they would be nice and fat, well fed. And then I watched my daddy take them to the slaughterhouse. And, you know, he has a whole story he can tell you about why he chose to sell meat. It's the power of his brand. He isn't just a meat seller, right? There's a story behind who he is and why he does what he does, and that is his disruptor. It's the authenticity behind the brand. It's your story. authenticity matter? Look at this slide, you can tell I love to what?
Laugh.
Woo! When I was a kid, I used to love to listen. I always listened to the mature folks tell stories. And my favorite thing was to see like one of the older folks just crack up laughing so that the belly laugh, right? And it's just, it does something for your soul when you see someone that can just get a good old laugh and they're fine with it, right? They're not worried about what other people think. Some people have those outrageous laughs. You're like, oh my God, right? But that's what makes them who they are, right? They love to have a good time. They love to have fun. I love to have fun. I tell people all the time, if it ain't fun, I quit, right? If it ain't fun, I quit. Why does authenticity matter? Why does it matter that I love to have fun, but I love to be a fashionista? And why does this stuff matter? Number one, it builds what? Trust and credibility. You're a human. Have you ever been around somebody? Have you ever been places that people are like so stuffy? You're like, oh my gracious. If this person doesn't crack a smile on their face, right? Or if they just take themselves so seriously, right? They're just all about that stuffy, like, that is absolutely annoying. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Because you gotta have fun, right? People have to see that you're human, that you know how to have a good time. People have to see that there are things that will cause you to cry, right? People have to see the emotions and understand they can connect to you because you're a real live person, okay? Authenticity differentiates you in the marketplace. I mean, my daughter has a brand and it's called Jungle Media Marketing, and her tagline is, it's a jungle out there. Let me help you be found. It's a jungle out there, you all. And for those of us who are business owners, don't y'all get exhausted sometimes of trying to think of ways that you can stand out, be different. I gotta do Facebook, I gotta do TikTok. Oh Lord, they done come out with another one. And we're trying to keep up. We're out of breath. And it's because the marketplace is so crowded with so much. And so we need to be authentic so we don't just blend in with everything else that's out there. And then it drives a deeper connection with your clients and your teams. So when you're true to who you are, people are connected to you because of who you are, what you stand for, how you make them feel, right? And that is going to move them to do business with you. Because today in this crowded marketplace, people do business with people who they like.
Yes.
And if you're not out there showing people who you are, they don't know if they like you or not. Which means the chances of you getting their business are going to be slim to nothing, right? An inner disruption. Ooh. So the issue with us being authentically who we are is some stuff going on inside. We don't want to tell the truth. Right? We don't want to tell the real deal. We don't want to show people who we really are. But that has something to do with us. What's going on inside that's stopping you all from wanting to tell your story, from wanting you to be authentically, show up authentically for who you are? Tell me some things that might hold you back. What stops you from wondering?
Fear.
Fear. What else?
Shame.
Shame. Yeah. What else?
Judgment.
Judgment. What else? So these are things, right? So of course, self-doubt and fear, the courage to reveal your true essence, right? There's these fear factors, right? Do I really want people to know that I have successfully been separated and divorced 3 times? That's my story. I've successfully accomplished that. And I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Are they still standing? I believe it. You powerful.
And I'm still standing, right? 4 children, Gamma 3. Proud M3, right? And so we have these things in our past. I have a past too. I got a story, right? I have a story too. But I'm not afraid to share it. I'm not afraid to be vulnerable. I could care less what you think about me after you hear my story. I don't care. Because it's my story, I can't change it. What I went through is what I went through. But I'm here to tell you that I know I'm worthy. I'm here to tell you that if you need to know how to enhance your brand, I can teach you that. And I'm better for it because of my journey. I'm better for it because of my journey. So you all brought them up. Fear of judgment, right? Well, what are people going to think? What are people going to think if they know that when I was born in poverty? What are they going to think about me, right? What are they going to think about me if they knew I was an executive for Bank of America and I got laid off? I mean, we get like all this stuff. We start going in our head. Well, that's how we act, right? But it's just fear. We're scared. We're scared that if we say it, there's going to be a negative connotation attached to us, and people are going to reject us, and I'm not conforming to the norm, okay? We worry that, oh, I said too much. I don't care whether you all know that I've been married and divorced 3 times. I don't care, right? Because it doesn't define who I am. Yeah? And there's a journey behind every one of those. There's lessons learned, right? And so we live in the lessons learned and not in the story. So it's okay to share it, right? And people talk about imposter syndrome. I'm like, you ain't an imposter. You a real human being. I can touch you. I can touch you. You're a real, stop saying that word. That word alone, that expression is really a messed up expression. What are you, a imposter of what? You are who you are. You're not impostering anything. Now, you may have second doubts about your abilities or what you can accomplish, but then that could come from your life's journey. There's all kinds of reasons for that. It doesn't mean you're an imposter, so stop even using that expression. I can't stand it.
Sister, you are preaching.
You know?
It's like we are such a performance-based culture. From the time we're in kindergarten, we want to get that check mark, we want to get that 93%, and you're learning it. I mean, we step into a situation, we think we're supposed to already know how to do it.
All growing.
So you are preaching.
Yes, we're all growing. There's no imposters up in here. We're all growing, and at every stage that you elevate in your business, you go through these ebbs and lows and highs and lows, and it's a part of it. It's called growth. So imposter is foolishness, okay? It's just something somebody created that wants to sound intelligent, and they don't. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. So let's, oh, that must be moving real fast, because this thing is driving me nuts. I mean, we're gonna work with it.
Keep going.
Okay. So reframing vulnerability. Look at vulnerability as a strength and not a weakness, right? It helps build your authenticity. It helps build your relatability. And it inspires confidence in others. I was just in Emily's session back there, and she was talking about that. Like, it's like your story and who you are and what you've been through in your journey, all of this is so beneficial for other people. Like, I always tell people, I went through all these things in the past 35 years of my life, and 3 husbands later, and 4 children, and 3 grandchildren. But the journey that I went through in every single stage is why I can help women to overcome. When we were at Emily's session, my expression is BBA, bounce back ability. We all have it inside of us, whether we know it or not. We just have to learn how to bring it up and use it. It's there, I promise you. And so it's my BBA that has helped me to overcome, and now I can help so many other people. When I say being a single parent, having eviction notices, having to rip them off my door every month. Did the neighbors see that? You know, a month without gas and electric, and having to ice our food over, to tell the kids you can only have this much to drink from this. We gotta save it for the week, right? Having to go to church pantries to get food because the government says you make too much, but yet our pantry is empty, right? I've been down that road. I've been not rock bottom, I've been under the rock on top of me, right? But that's a part of my story, and I wouldn't change it, because it's why I can help so many other women to overcome, right? Because I've walked, I've been up and I've been down, right? And so it helps me to be able to be more relatable, right? To give people more grace, right? And to still walk in a spirit of confidence, which is a beautiful thing, y'all. Beautiful thing. So now, let's talk about your authenticity, you being truly who you are, and how that connects to your leadership. And I'm gonna say this, every single one of you in this room are leaders. Whether you call yourself that or not. You may not be leading a team of people, but guess what? You lead yourself. And that makes you a leader, because you get to choose how you walk, how you talk, who you impact, right? Just by the way you carry yourself, the way you pour into others, that makes you a leader. We're in a world where everybody wants to give titles. Like, you can't be a leader unless you've reached a C-suite executive level. What the heck? No. Every one of you is a leader. I don't care if you're in C-suite, not C-suite. You lead in households, you lead in children, you lead in grandchildren, nieces, nephews. You are a leader. And you must show up as your authentic self to be able to have the greatest impact on anyone that comes into your path. And so when you are authentic in your leadership, we spark innovation, because we start making people think, right? We create loyalty. People follow you because they're like, man, she has so much to share, so much wisdom. And I really want to be a part of what she's doing. And then you have influence through integrity and consistency. So one thing I know people say about me is, if you met me 30 years ago and you met me today, I am the same Mo. I am the same Mo. I promise you. I'm not a flip-flop. I don't go up and down, and today I know you, tomorrow I don't. I treat everyone as though they're a VIP. It's a personal mantra that I live by. I want everyone that steps within 3 feet of me to feel like a VIP when you leave my presence. Everyone is a VIP to me. I don't care what position you hold. I don't care if you're in poverty, not in poverty. It doesn't matter to me, because you're a human being on this earth who deserves to be respected.